Welcome back. Today, we are looking to the stars. Or rather, we are looking at the billions of euros floating out there in the cold vacuum of space. Every time you order a pizza, look for the nearest coffee shop or blindly follow your phone's directions into a muddy ditch. You are relying on satellite navigation. Most people just call it GPS. But GPS is not a universal public utility provided by Mother Nature. It is a system built, owned, and controlled entirely by the United States military. While the Americans generously let the whole world use GPS for free, they technically have the ability to degrade the signal, block it, or turn it off completely for anyone they choose. Relying on a foreign military to coordinate European ambulances, commercial airplanes, and the global supply chain made bureaucrats in Brussels extremely nervous. It is not just about physical location. Satellite navigation systems broadcast highly precise timestamps. The entire global financial system uses these space clocks to timestamp stock trades and banking transfers. If the American system went down, Europe would lose billions of euros within hours. So, the European Union decided to do what it does best: build its own complicated, highly regulated alternative. Enter the Galileo Project. Named after the famous astronomer, this was the ambitious European plan to launch a massive constellation of navigation satellites entirely under civilian control. The Americans were not thrilled. In the early 2000s, the United States actively lobbied against Galileo, arguing that a rival system could interfere with their military operations. At one point, American officials even implied they might shoot down Galileo satellites in a conflict if enemies tried to use them. The EU politely ignored this and kept building. Galileo was designed to be better. While GPS was built primarily for military targeting, Galileo was designed from the ground up for civilians, meaning it offers significantly higher precision. With GPS, you know which street you are on. With Galileo, you know exactly which blade of grass you are standing on. It can pinpoint locations down to a single meter for free public use. It also features a unique search and rescue function. If you are lost at sea and activate a distress beacon, Galileo satellites detect it and relay your exact coordinates to rescue centers. But unlike older systems, Galileo actually sends a message back to you. It confirms that help is on the way, which is quite comforting when you are stranded in the middle of nowhere. Of course, being a European Union project, building it was a bureaucratic marathon. Funding disputes, delays, and political squabbling pushed the project years behind schedule. Then came Brexit. The United Kingdom had invested heavily in creating Galileo, but when they voted to leave the EU, they legally became a third country. Because Galileo has an encrypted, ultra-secure signal reserved only for EU government agencies, the UK was abruptly locked out of the very system they helped engineer. But the true test of Galileo came in the summer of 2019. The system suffered a catastrophic, unexplained failure that lasted for nearly a week. The atomic clocks on the satellites were working perfectly, but a software glitch at a ground control facility in Italy stopped updating the time corrections. Without these constant microsecond corrections from Earth, the satellites essentially lost track of where they were. The entire constellation was rendered useless. Thankfully, because most modern smartphones use a combined chip that reads both GPS and Galileo simultaneously, most people never even noticed the outage. Eventually, the EU engineers rebooted the system. Today, Galileo is fully operational and is the most accurate satellite navigation system in the world. It provides independent positioning for billions of devices. It stands as a testament to the European Union's slow, methodical, and sometimes maddeningly bureaucratic ability to achieve massive technological sovereignty. In our next session, we will examine another miracle of EU legislation. We will look at how Brussels declared war on telecom companies and killed the dreaded mobile roaming charges. I hope you found your way through today's topic. But if you still feel slightly lost, just give it a moment to recalculate. Class dismissed.